All right now, hundreds of athletes are swimming in the Chicago River.
Now let's take a look at the first round of some 300 swimmers jumping into the Chicago River this morning. There has not been an open swim in the river since 1927.
But we are happy to report the river is clean enough now, and today's swim is also raising money for ALS research at Northwestern. NBC5's Jen Shantz has been live along the Riverwalk all morning. She has an update now on how the swimmers are doing. Hey, Jen.
I am joined, actually, good morning, Kate and Patrick, by the #1 finisher. She's also a member of the USA national team. This is Becca Mann. You just finished the 1 mile or the 2 mile swim, Becca?
The 2 mile swim. 2 mile.
And you said you don't even know your time yet. You just got out of the water, right?
Yes.
How are you feeling? And how's the water? How warm is it?
It's about 74, perfect temperature for a race, in my opinion. It was incredible. The water was actually quite clear. Every time I breathed, I could see the city. I got to be surrounded by people that I grew up swimming with because I'm from Chicago, that I haven't seen in 20 years. So it was really a magical experience.
You know, you're used to open water swimming, so this is not necessarily new to you, but how often have you been able to train in the river?
This is my first time swimming in the Chicago River, which I've always wanted to swim in the river because I've grown up watching it, died on St. Patrick's Day, and also going down the river on river cruises. So, and my first open water swim ever was in Lake Michigan. So I've always wanted to swim in it, and I'm so happy that we finally can, and that there's a race in this river.
How does this compare to other open water swims? You were saying off camera you did an interesting one in Cozumel recently. How does this compare to those swims?
So I would say rivers are some of my favorite bodies of water to swim in because you have currents, you have bridges that you swim under, you generally have a pretty narrow course, and I just like different conditions. You don't get to swim in those conditions that often, so it keeps it entertaining and it really fulfills my sense of adventure.
Becca Mann, the winner of the 2 mile, first time ever that swimmers have been able to do this in nearly a century, 2 mile Chicago River swim. The 2 mile winner, Becca Mann, congratulations. I'm now going to turn to another familiar face. This is Natalie Hines. She's an Olympic medalist. Natalie, you did not get in the water this morning, but you've been kind of emceeing it, and you've been blowing the horns, you've been announcing to people. As someone who knows what they're up against, what do you think they're going through right now?
Well, as a sprinter, I can tell you that a mile is a really long way, so I'm really proud of Becca for swimming 2 miles and everyone else who did as well, but also for the milers and people who were kind of, I don't know, maybe scared or cautious to come here this morning, but the vibes are so high, there's so much excitement in the air. It's been 98 years, so there's people up here watching. There's so much curiosity around this event, so I hope that it continues next year and for years to come.
And really quick, Kate and Patrick, I do want to show you the people. If our photojournalist Joe could pan off and just show you the people watching up on the Dearborn Street Bridge. I mean, this really is attracting just hundreds of spectators. A quick thing I do want to mention, all of these swimmers, in order to qualify for this, they had to raise a certain amount of money for ALS research. So a big part of this is raising money for research at Northwestern, and it's also to raise money to support kids in the Chicago area learning how to swim. Natalie, talk to us about why that's so important and where that money is going locally.
Yeah, so right now it's so important. Swimming is the only sport that can save your life, so it's really important that people of all ages learn how to swim. So for this event specifically, it's going to the youth of Chicago, the inner city school system, but that also, hopefully we can make that and branch that out to adults, teaching adults how to swim so that they in turn can teach their children how to swim. I got into the sport because my mom knew how to swim, and she thought that me and my sister and I may like it, so we did. We were obsessed with it. I was being dragged out of the pool at 4 years old, so I grew up with a love for the water, and I just hope for that for other kids that are growing up in Chicago. But that's so near and dear to my heart, to lower the barrier of entry into this sport by offering free swim lessons that then can turn into immeasurable experiences with going and watching your favorite Olympians and seeing junior nationals and potentially the Olympics. So it's such a great cause, and honestly, this is where it starts.
Having seen a lot of your colleagues and teammates swim, do you think you'd ever jump in?
Oh, for sure. I would do it next year if we're going to do it, but I would have to start training again, to be honest with you.
No time like the present.
Oh my goodness, I would have to get my lungs in order because a mile is a long way.
Natalie Hines, thanks so much. We'll send it back to you guys in the studio. We'll be back here in about 30 minutes.
Oh, that's awesome. It's great to see. First and foremost, I was wondering if there were any spectators looking along. So thanks for that picture from Joe there. And also,
thousands.
The
Yeah,
water temperature. Yeah, I was really interested to know how warm or cool it was, especially since you're wearing a jacket. We know it's a little chillier in the morning. So, Jen, thank you so much. That was great. I'm glad it's so popular.
Yeah,
Very
a couple
cool.
of Olympians out there, too.
Yeah, that's great.
Warmer than I thought.
We'll check back in soon.
Thanks, Jen.